blame KC for this, okay? He's the one that wrote this module.
Hey,
so,
is there anybody else in the group? I mean, I'm up here with 3 guys. I know I'm special and all, but I could
it's
be
a
less
druid
special.
being front line, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's plenty to go around.
Don't worry, you're doing great. And I thumbs up him.
Yeah.
I'm feeling
You're
it.
doing great.
I'm feeling special.
All right.
A lot of love.
Malrona,
Oh, Lord.
what you gonna do?
Good question. What direction is Mercenary 10? Is he looking at me?
Oh, he's looking straight at you. Oh yeah, he said you wanted a little scar to go
Are
with
you
that
looking
first
at
one.
me?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you looking at me?
And he swung wide of you. Oh,
Oops.
right.
No, I didn't.
You don't want to do
Sorry.
that? All
That
right.
was an accident.
There are no accidents in D&D.
is. She is going to use Bless on... Or actually, no. I take that back. She's going to use Hunter's Mark on the mercenary in front of her.
Okay.
And... Oh, did that work?
Yeah,
right
you got
way?
you. Yeah, you
Yes, it
rolled
did.
the
Okay.
effects in there. Yep. Uh-huh.
And she's gonna bring out her warhammer.
And you have bardic inspiration too.
Perfect.
That'll hit anyway.
All right.
Well, would you like to
Your brother's
get
definitely ugly.
Yeah, would you like to give him any parting words before he leaves this plane of existence?
He doesn't deserve it. He failed to give me another beauty mark on my face, apparently.
That one's gonna leave. And he dies. He
Too
falls.
bad. So sad.
He falls to. Oh no, she's making a maneuver. Uh-oh.
I'm sorry I had to move, but yes. Darn, I don't think she has any other bonus actions to do. That she can do. No extra attack, no nothing. Alright. But she's gonna be here.
Yep.
I can see you now.
Oh, hi!
Hey, I'm
You
way
look
over
like
here.
you're in a bit of trouble right there.
Nah, I'm gonna be fine.
I hope so.
Alrighty, let's see.
Jadad.
Jadad, he'll be at, he'll put his hand on
Cray.
Cray Cray's shoulder and whisper in his ear, "Show me on the doll where he hurt you."
Show
Oh,
me on
wow.
the doll. Oh boy.
Almost nowhere.
Unfortunately,
Oh.
that did not heal as well as it should have.
It's like, come on, Jadad, you could do better than that.
I just look at what was that?
And then I'll take
Did you give me a wet willy?
I'll take 15 steps forward.
Are you gonna take the pop for Mercenary 3?
I'll take 10 steps forward.
Oh, jeez.
And that'll be it.
So someone seems to know Skeeter well on this channel. Skeeter, you've got some fans here that know you apparently. So
Man,
Ooh.
it was that one time.
3-on-1
All
is
right.
never just one time.
yeah.
Hey,
Bada boom,
I
bada bing.
experimented. All right. Thunderwave
Okay.
coming at him right now.
All right.
Okay, let's see if I can do this.
15-foot cone.
Yeah, how do I make this happen?
You right mouse click. You will go to pointers, which is the upper left, and you can select cone. Draw a cone.
Where?
Right mouse
where's
click on the map
pointer?
anywhere, and you should get a
Oh.
radial menu. Then the upper left, you'll see a line that says pointers.
Pointers.
Left click, then it opens
Cone.
another one. left click that, and then hold your mouse button down, and you will from start, and you can draw a 15-foot cone.
So I'm only gonna get. Oh,
You're only going to get
no.
2 more than likely.
Oh no, I got him now.
Actually, no, you're going to get the captain too. Well done. You let out a lovely breath of fresh air.
Kaboom!
Okay, so that shows then that it's going to get those 3. So you're going to target them. And so what you're going to do is you're going to hold the control key down, and you're going to click on each one of their tokens once. And you'll see in the combat tracker, it's showing you that they are targeted. You have 3. Now on your spell, you have, when you open up the magnifying glass, you will see the save. You will double click that, and
Did
it
I do
will.
it?
Not yet.
So there's cast.
Oh, it does the save. See where it says save, the con DC?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to click on that dice right next to it. There you go. And 2 failed, 1 succeeded. So now you're going to double click on the little damage, the little blood icon.
Yep.
And that will apply 8 points of damage to the mercenary. 1 of them drops to the ground. Ugh. And the captain, okay, so he passed his deal. So he took the wave. The other one, mercenary number 2, took some damage and he kind of steps back. Almost lost his balance.
So did the second regular mercenary take damage?
All 3 of them. Only 2 of them did. Yeah, the captain should have taken. No, only.
Oh, they did half damage.
They only did half damage to the 2 of them because one. Well, so
Oh,
what
okay.
it shows is that only 1 succeeded, the other 2 failed, and it was the captain who passed. So he only took half. The other 2 took full damage. Took the 8 that you rolled.
So that other mercenary had more than 8 hit points?
That's
Oh.
correct.
Punk.
You will look in the combat tracker, and it'll show that he's heavy, which means he is way past half. What we called in some old D&D, bloodied. Same thing with the mercenary captain. He took it. He's still standing, though. He keeps yelling out, "Hold your grounds, laddies. Nothing but a rabble when they steal stuff from those who doesn't belong to.
Didn't steal anything.
Shut your trap, little lassie, and I'll shut it for you."
Come at me, bro.
Dude, I'm going to make a backpack out of you in a minute.
All right, anything else there, Mr. Druid Man?
No.
Okay, pass your turn, please. Unless you want to move, we're taking op attack.
No, that doesn't sound fun at all.
All right. He
I'm
goes,
taking all the attacks I need.
all right, I'm going to come shut your trap hole. He steps up.
Mm-hmm.
He picks up his quarterstaff, and he walks over to you, and he does this twirling maneuver. And he looks like he's pretty adept with it, and he brings over a down swipe, which misses you when it kind of lands at your feet, and you look back up at him, and he whips it right back up toward your face, and he kind of catches you.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, you can't. Well, if you were going to do something, you can. Sure. Are you going to try to...
I will use my last inspiration die. I didn't click on that last time. Of the
cutting words?
Of the day, I'm going to cutting words them.
Okay, go ahead. We can see if it takes off the 7 points.
Your mother's fat.
No,
Good
I don't think that's going to stop
No, I
that
don't think so.
uppercut. No, she still takes it in the face. And
I tried.
yeah. Yeah.
Actually, my mom is quite overweight. That didn't work like you thought it would.
Well, all right. Back to
Okay.
you now.
Let's see here. I have this really handy spell in my character sheet. It has a 20-foot radius. So let me just draw a circle here and see what I can do with this.
Oh boy.
Would that get Morona?
No, if it's you see where it's purple, Those are
Yeah.
affected squares. So you may move it around some as long as
Go
she's...
maybe up one.
Yeah, you can go up one, looks like.
I don't know if I want to do that though. I want to make sure the captain is affected by this.
There's
Yeah.
4, looks like now,
I wouldn't
right?
do it.
Yeah,
That's all
but
4.
this is very specific.
Uh-oh.
It has to do
not
with the
gonna hit.
amount of hit points they have more than the number of people I'm getting.
Okay,
I mean,
that's 2 of them.
3?
3 there.
One down at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll do it here. We'll do it here.
Okay.
So let's see. This is 5d8. I'm gonna cast sleep.
Rock-a-bye, baby. All right, so
Oh.
roll me 5d8, please. We have a total of 16
Oh,
hit
that's-
points.
Crap roll.
Oh.
Roll.
You are
Oh.
It's okay. Yes. Let me see who was affected by 2, mercenary captain, and 9. So you will see that the mercenary number 2 is sitting there, and all of a sudden his eyes kind of roll back into his head, and he crumples to the ground. And the mercenary captain plants his quarterstaff in the ground for a moment as he's kind of sitting there looking at Malrona, and then all of a sudden he just kind of and he falls backwards
Goodbye, baby.
Hey.
We're gonna kill you.
and
your
drops
teammates
to the
too.
ground. Yep.
Awesome.
Good job.
Worked out better than I thought it was going to.
All right.
And
Malrona.
I will.
Yeah.
Wait till I'm sorry. Wait till Corcray's done. Anything else? Sorry. Corcray's.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the hit and I'm gonna come over here.
Alrighty. You sidestep. Mercenary 3 takes a swipe at you. Oh, and he catches you as you step
Yep.
away. Oh, gives you.
Ow, ow, ow.
That's gonna cost you. You're not gonna be able to sit down for a while. As he kind of pops you, stuck you in the backside. When he does that, Malrona, would you make me an intimidation check, please?
Indeed.
You see the mercenary captain as he's dropped to the ground, and you bellow out, "I have had enough of this now!" Intimidation. And the other mercenaries, when they see their captain drop and all this, they begin to start backing up. They are not quite happy with the turnout for that. They begin to disengage, questioning that which brought them here, as you can see.
Oh, now
Erleman,
they're leaving.
and the one next to you drops his sword. Mercenary 3 and 5, even though we're somewhat out of combat maneuvers here and initiative and all that, but they drop their swords. The other ones looking like they're trying to sneak away in the tall grass. What shall you do, Erleman?
Erleman's gonna stand up and fire one last arrow and say, "Kill the head of the beast and the body died."
Well, the captain's okay. All right, he just apparently captain was asleep, and now he's permanently asleep now, and the captain is dead.
Well, there goes the captain. Not like I
Wonder
wanted
what
to
that's gonna do
ask
for
him
their morale.
anything.
Oops, what was that, Shorty? I'm sorry, I didn't catch you.
Oh, he just says, "Wonder what that's gonna do for your morale."
Mhm. All right. Well, yes, they begin to. You see them. They've semi moved out, but they flee. These two sets go, it is time that we find other work. And they will drop, I'm not just pulling them off, but they will drop off the map. The other two here will drop their swords and say, enough, all right, we're sorry. Please don't kill us.
Mm-hmm.
We're just doing what we're told by the captain. And you are out of combat for the moment, folks.
I see you finally made the right choice.
Mm-hmm.
I say we take everything off of them, tie them up back to back in the middle of the road, and leave them there naked.
Well, they accused us of stealing something. I want to know who's telling them we stole things from.
Well, I mean, if we're being accused of stealing, might as well make it somewhat true.
I can get behind this. This does restore the balance. We got accused for something we didn't do. We might as well do it now.
Well, don't become as low as they are.
I'm not low. It's balance.
Thank you for the follow, friends of Wampus.
That is not balance.
It's totally balance.
I don't think that's balance. But they did try to kill us.
We'll agree to disagree.
Public humiliation.
Public humiliation.
I can get behind.
Yeah, we could just march them into town at Arrow Point.
The
naked
town
with
has
none of their
50
stuff.
people in it. This
Yeah,
is probably 10% of the population.
Yeah, you know that
Exactly.
you're about 2 days still out from town.
Oh, okay.
They will tell you that, what town
Yeah,
are you talking
what?
about? The cowering run right next to you, Malrona. He is cowering a little bit, and he goes, "Oh, we know. We sorry. The captain was the one that told us. We knew to look for a group like yourselves that were just looking out of place and not on this type of road, and we were just told to stop you. That's all we know. We received a message telling us, and that's what he marched us out to do."
A message? Can we look through the body of their leader and see if he has it?
He had, it's called a wisp net message, and basically it's kind of like a telegram type message that it's from a whisper box. I had some technical stuff that that's part of this world, and it's basically the message it's that the captain has describes this group that you have been to interdict to the party, claiming that you have stolen property from something called the Royal Geographical Society, and that you are on the run, and that they are to return this stuff back to the RGS in any way possible. And that is it.
Does anybody know what the Royal Geographical Society is?
Sounds very official.
It does. But I know nothing about it, therefore I didn't steal anything from them. So who is sending this message?
As a lore bard, would I maybe know something?
You could roll me up a check.
Would you want like history or?
You can decide what sounds good to you. History's fine.
While they're debating on what to do, Jadad's gonna go and find some twigs, make a couple of dolls, and put a couple of marks on the dolls. Because I'm assuming we're tying these people up in the way.
Yeah, well, we were bunching them up together, probably.
And I'm gonna leave a couple of dolls with him with the the whole "this is where we were bad touched."
Oh my god.
Okay. The Royal Geographic Society is basically that. Is just a society of historians and map makers that document the area. It absolutely, to you, Corcraze, makes absolutely no sense. What the hell would they have that would be stolen, and doesn't make any sense.
Amai, why are you accusing us of stealing things?
I didn't accuse us of stealing anything. I was asking them.
You're the map maker. I'm just saying.
Oh, are you a map maker, am I? I didn't catch that. Is that true?
Oh my gosh.
I didn't know if you had. Oh, the map. Okay, derp. Okay,
Oh
I
my
fell for that one.
gosh.
Oh my god. Oh my
I was
god.
waiting.
As
I was
a
Oh my
wanderer,
God.
and I'm
I
quite
was waiting
familiar.
for it.
So Duff.
I'm gonna do it. Hold on. Hold on. I'm
You
gonna
have
do
to
it.
do it
Hold
now.
on. I gotta say it. Did it slide over the head
Yeah,
or?
whatever. Okay, that's the first one for the night, and it's on me. Yeah. Never mind.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Josh, we're even. We're even, pal. So.
Oh my
All right.
goodness.
Yeah, that sucks. I fell right
That
down
was
that
good.
one.
That was good.
Okay. Anyways, back to the game now, as the DM's completely making a fool out of himself. Yeah, thanks for posting that link there, Mike. What are we doing? Yeah, so that's all that you get out of them, and that's all. And really, y'all can make me some insight checks, but you're pretty certain that these guys are just that, hired thugs that reported to.
Is there anything else on their leader body?
No, not at all. They're definitely are bandit mercenaries living off the land. They, don't even warrant. They barely even got a single note to themselves. There's nothing of value on any of these guys.
Dead captain's body.
Yeah,
for any clues.
He has the note, and that's it.
Got it.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll keep the note with us, at least.
Well,
So,
as being a wanderer and familiar with maps and good memory of all that stuff, I should be aware if the Geological Society has a location nearby, like where that would be.
That doesn't make sense. They'd be anywhere out here. They, a group of,
So I don't know.
Very out
Like
of place.
I'm unaware of anything.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah, they're learned types, and they don't come out of the city. They'd send acolytes and such to go map and do things like that. And what in the hell do they have that's of value that would need to be stolen by somebody? Some old maps, or it's not making sense. The two and two that you're putting together. Mm-hmm. So.
All right. Well,
I say we leave them here and keep going.
I'll leave them here. Well, their buddies will come back. If they come back, they better not mess around here again.
And one of them says that's giving a lot of credence to our buddies. If you call them buddies, hell, they're long gone now. Cowards. Ugh.
Should have took my advice.
You should have listened to the bard while you could.
So y'all leave them here and journey.
Yeah,
Are you guys taking anything from them?
They don't have anything of value to you.
They got
They
ears.
wanted
okay.
to strip them.
Ears, yeah. Oh,
I've got my dolls ready, so I mean,
okay.
I just pull out my loot and I start skipping down the road while playing.
Okay.
Oh yes, please
Oh, boy.
lead our parade.
Oh, he's gonna do it. Okay.
Yeah, I guess we just keep going.
They're tied up and left here with whatever. Malrono is not going to take any of their junk, but
Nature will
free,
take care of
everyone
them.
else. We'll continue forth.
Dad's gonna grab the quarterstaff so he can use it as a walking stick. And gonna tell Eaton he's gonna have to go to the woods to find his own.
All right, y'all. Okay. Well, you leave the group there, and you see no
What about
signs
Sharon?
of the of the other foes. Looks like they have booked on out of town, and y'all begin to move on out. Y'all don't have to worry about moving, and it seems an event. The rest of the trip, 2 days basically, is fairly uneventful for you, honestly. You begin to come in ahead and you see a road that begins to become a little bit more used. And you get the feeling now that you are, oh, look at the,
Too much
whatever.
drunk.
I'm not even paying attention to them.
Jadad.
Those buffoons. I'm going to bring up the new map.
In the relative downtime, at least in the first evening, I'm gonna
You
make
can,
sure I'm not still wounded.
okay. We'll give you a long rest. And that's,
Awesome.
yeah, you got a long rest. So that basically heals everybody up. You put on
Sweet.
ointments and have some good stuff. And actually no monsters come and find you either. How apropos that is.
I scared them off with my
nice.
music.
There, you did. You did it off. So you begin, like I said, you take a couple days and you begin to see up in the clearing what you believe is the village of Barrow, and it's definitely establishment because you can hear the sound of children and a few dogs barking as you make your way into the town. And let's just put everybody. Bloop. And we will unlock tokens for a brief moment. And you begin to move toward the center of town. All right. And you see, as you begin to move past a few of the houses and all that, that some of the villagers, a little anxious, you're used to this. They begin to shoo the children into their homes. And there is a man toward the center of town here, close to the crossing of the bridge. He begins to ring a bell a few times, and it basically carries through the whole area here. You can tell off to the distance, you hear the rushing water, and you believe that you know that what is something known as the Witch's Tear River is flowing along the southern border of this settlement. Okay, that's loud, the flute you're playing there. I'll bring that down a little bit in my ear. And you've got a village that it's only a small number of buildings that are standing around a well on a small wooden platform that you can see is used to make announcements and where this gentleman is standing. And he rings a few times and then kind of stops and watches you and the group as y'all make your way into town and toward him.
You said he was saying something, like announcing something?
He was ringing a bell. And when you notice the bell ringing, that's when you're also seeing that the villagers and those children, things begin to quiet down a little bit. And he just they kind of shoo the children out of the play areas, and they're putting them in their house. They don't know who you are, and you seem to maybe think that was what would be considered some type of announcement of that someone is entering town or something's happening, and he just kind of waits as y'all begin to approach him through the town. And he waves, just gives you a noddle, gentle wave of the hands, and he's smiling as you begin coming up toward him.
Hello.
So what now?
Weirdo.
Say again.
It's like, why is he smiling? Weirdo.
Maybe he's trying to be
Behold,
friendly.
your saviors are here.
Ooh. All right. And he welcomes you. He says, "Welcome to our little town of Barrow," and he he motions for you, and he actually, I'm sorry, he's supposed to be over here. Sorry, folks, let's move y'all right here. Whee! Quick adjustment.
Well then.
That's the town square. Sorry, I was off by one. Oops, sorry about that. All right, that's the town square.
Actually,
And-
the town's full of squares.
Oh my, I'm so gonna reap rewards on you Monday. Oh, exactly. He goes, "Welcome to our little town of Barrow," and he basically holds out his hand to shake, your hands. Whoever wants to clasp it in friendship. He's a very unassuming man. He's a town elder that you can tell, and he introduced
I don't
himself.
believe him. I don't trust him at all.
He introduced himself as Hedicus Threshmore, the town elder.
Hedicus Threshmore.
Hedicus Threshmore.
What a
What
name.
brings you to our town, our small, humble town of Raven?
Murder.
Naruto will approach and give him a strong handshake in return and tell him that we're here about the murder that took place.
Oh, you're here to study. Yes, Igred Barnswallow. She was a fine woman. It's a shame, such a hideous crime.
I'm sorry, did you say barn swallow?
Barn swallow. Yeah.
Like she swallowed a barn.
Well, that's not what killed her. I can promise you that.
Say, this is going to be a very quick investigation.
Oh no! Look what you've done now, dog, to Josh. God Almighty, you've got him doing it now.
Did she grow wings at night and fly around?
No.
What? What?
A barn swallow is a bird.
She basically.
Yeah.
No, yeah, Barnes. Yeah. She was a good woman that took care of her husband and her children. Luckily, they were away at the time at the docks in the capital when this happened in Mersburg. We've sent a messenger to her family and aunt that lives in the great capital to alert them of what has happened.
You haven't noticed anything off besides that lately? Something that would have actually caused this to happen?
No, there's nothing like this has ever happened here before. I mean, only luckily that we noticed that she had been missing from our communal breakfast here in town 3 days ago. That we sent one of the young children over to the house to fetch her, and he has not been well since the sight that he saw. Her body is still in the house.
A murder scene?
Yes.
Oh, no.
That's terrible.
Well, how did we? Yeah, okay. Well, we didn't know that when we sent him. And most of the body in the scene is still there. The Count insisted that no one disturb the scene.
So the crime scene has gone untouched?
Yeah, we believe that the Count, he performed some sort of tincture on the body to prevent it from decaying, and said he would handle this. And it's right when he says handle this, says the Count's name, you hear a ruckus come from across the bridge, and a horse galloping in, and atop it sits this is a man that is in his well-looking early 40ish type man, manicured hair, cut, a cape, and he it's kind of flowing behind him, in the air as he rides in, and he is beaming and he's throwing up his arms. Yes, the Blackmore Society is here to save the day, are they not? Welcome. And he skids to a halt, and he makes a flourish of an entrance, basically, as he steps off of his horse, or what's supposed to be a glide shaw, but I'm not giving you the terms that are used here. He comes in off the horse and he goes, well, such is the day for the reckoning with the Blackmore Society here to solve the crime. And he just, kind of is beaming, in this big smile of his, and throws his arms kind of wide open, welcoming the group. It is time. I'm glad I made it here to show you. And if you have done here chatting with this poor vapid man, I will take you to the scene so you may see what is going on there yourself.
Wow, dude, you need to dial it down a few notches.
As the guy is going on his tirade, I'm gonna pipe up and go, no, I'm just here to spread the word of my church. Have you heard?
Oh no.
Watch out, old man. Coming through.
I'm scared to ask.
Please, Jadad, not with the pamphlets again.
Jadad, we've talked about this.
Not
Okay.
today.
I guess I can spare the.
Let's spare these people of the word.
No, just him. Tell the rest of the people, just not him.
Tell everybody except him.
Oh my gosh.
All right, should we follow Fancy Lad to figure out what's going on?
He says, waste no time. Follow me. I shall show you all that you need to know.
I'll waste all the time I want, mister.
Yes, sir, Captain.
Again, you are not the boss
Sir.
of me.
He,
Like, all right, hold on.
he honestly smirks at that a little bit, and he says, and he just kind of begins to march away through past the town elder, and he heads off, and he's walking, he begins to walk through the town, in the middle of the town square there. What's Lord Arctic? What's going on? And he continues walking on, and he looks back just briefly, and then it just assumes that the group is following him. And he walks over here to this house, and he stands there, and he awaits
So
the
does
group.
he walk through the water?
No, that's
The river?
no. It's actually it doesn't think it's a river. It's actually it's a small. Let me see what he says that is. The village numbers only a small number of buildings, all standing around a well, which is the center area, and a small wooden platform used for announcements. He sloshes. It's a little creek, but he sloshes right through it. You know, picking up he does pick up his cape, this flowing cape, and he pulls it up. You know, and he pops through, and then when he gets to the other side, he drops it down. And actually, he'll put he's standing here. There you go.
Jeez,
and no,
man.
I won't pronounce that for you because it's just,
What's that?
Oh my God! No,
The church name.
no, that is awful.
I'm not.
Jesus Christ.
So bad.
That is so mama. Anyway, I guess we have no choice but to follow old pretty boy Fancy Pants over here. So
We got all kinds of choices.
Yeah, sure. We'll follow Fancy Pants, I guess.
Surround him.
Yep. And he steps here, and he
did he
pulls
even
up.
say his
Making
name?
maneuver.
Say again. Yes, he says. Oh, Paul. Yes. He is the Count. This is the good Count that called upon you. You could hear him say, "It was about time that you got here. I had sent for you several days past. Hopefully, your journey here was of no consequence through the countryside."
No, it was fine.
Yeah, we
No, it was
had
fine.
a
No, it was fine.
good ride.
It was great.
Very
I'm-
good ride.
I'm sure that you did. I'm sure that you did. So, here we are at the house. I tell you to steel yourself before you step in. The poor woman, what's left to her, it's not pretty.
Okay, we'll brace ourselves. Marona, we'll just walk in.
All right.
Like,
He just-
I'm
he
sure
kinda-
it's
and you see
nothing I
him-
haven't seen before.
Yeah, he pulls out a little bitty dainty handkerchief. You kind of see him, and it's a big pomp, and he whiffs it in the air a little bit, and then he touches it to his nose, and he goes, "It's just something that should not be seen by those." And you walk into the house. Let me give you another map. Wee wee wee
Ooh.
wee. Oh, I don't need I can take the mask off of it. And I'm going to bring
It's a
it
rather large
in.
map.
Yep. That's the back of the
Much
house.
bigger
Sorry.
than I thought it was
Oops.
gonna be.
No, that's the front of the house.
Oh, that's nice.
All right. And what you see is hello. Oh my gosh. The scene of this attack is quite gruesome. You have got blood that you see coats the ground as you walk into the front door area there, and y'all can move in because it's not anything. And what you're seeing is definitely a scene and a struggle. And in the center of the room, right, of this rug area, is her body, or what is left of it, because it looks like the victim herself has been partially dismembered, and there's blood. It looks like there's the body's here, but you can see that there's a drag mark. There's something in that, pulled across the floor here. But you see splatters on the wall. You see, you don't see any footprints that you can tell, but there was a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go and see if I can tell what she was killed by.
I need a investigation check, please.
Investigation, not medicine? Okay.
Well, it's medicine. That's going to be a health. You need you're investigating.
I'm doing the same thing.
Nope, can't tell.
Well, you're investigate. Oh shit, Arleman.
Oh.
Your investigation is feeling a little. You're feeling a little queasy. And for some reason, the scene is cutting deep on you. You're not quite certain why. You're feeling bad. For Jadad, what you can tell so far is that you're looking at it. This body was dismembered by a heavy cutting instrument of some time, because you can tell that there are parts of her body that are nowhere to be found.
What is it? Is this a table over here?
Yes, it is. It looks like it's a work table, workbench, maybe where they clean, or they're doing. You've got a table here, a little over on the right hand side. You've got a little seating table. It looks like their little dining table. You see, you've gone through. There's a little curtain area where he kind of throws that back. It looks like that's where the husband and wife slept. And there's little, and maybe the kids, they slept on the floor, because there's another door with some straw and haze at, and that is possibly kids, or where they kind of put stuffing, just a little storage area. But it's only a one-room house. There's a little couch in front of a fireplace, very minimal accoutrements, simple way of life.
And are the furniture is still intact?
Yeah, except for where you see blood. You can tell the splattering, all that looks like something happened, but it's definitely nothing's out of place.
I'm gonna look in the fireplace.
Go right ahead.
Is there any trailing blood splatter?
No, was you roll me an investigation check.
Ooh, I am not good at this.
Oh man.
I don't see. Did you throw it yet? I didn't see it in the.
I thought I did.
Into the chat box.
You can throw in the chat box, or double click on the dice, and that will throw it also.
Yeah, I keep throwing it, and it keeps going.
It has to go in the box in the.
Well, damn it.
Come okay. We're not seeing it.
Okay, well, I guess I'm not then.
Just
because
double. Can you double click on the investigation check
I
dice?
did.
Really? Investigation.
It might be lag.
Let me see. Okay, there we go. I got something. So one was me and one was you. Okay, there you go. That's I got investigation check. Oh boy, I feel we won't pick on Skeeter so much. You see, ask me what you're checking for again.
Checking for any kind of trailing into or around the fireplace, like if something came in or left through the fireplace.
No, what you're seeing, you're looking at the track marks that you see that move across the flooring area there. You are seeing it looks like what first would be mistaken for clotted blood, because it's kind of dark and all that, is actually mud. You see a distinct type of mud that's kind of mixed in with the tracks and the blood area. And you kind of pick it up, and you rub it in your hands and your fingers a little bit, and you're putting it to your nose, and you pull back and all that, and you go, this could have only come from the river. It's definitely a smell of that which would have algae in it.
Like a natural smell.
It's just, you can tell that that's not just regular mud, or that's from around the house and all like that, that it's got a particular smell and even a little bit of a taste to it. You do a little dab on your tongue real quick. Your druid form kicks in, and you know that this came from somewhere else. This mud is not from close by.
While we're at it, I'm going to touch my shield and cast light on it, because this area is just a little gray for me.
Well, unfortunately, it's not going to get any lighter for you, because the maps are black and white.
Well, I'll relay the mud information to everybody else.
Okay.
How
That's
far
from the
away is this
fireplace?
place from the water?
Well, look at the map. If you go back to your, if you bring your other maps back up, you
We're
can.
right next to.
It's not that far. Well, the big river is to the south. These little creek runoffs and all that. The river kind of puts a border for the town along the southern way.
Mm.
All right.
Oh, I see.
Who else hasn't made an investigation check? Erleman, he's kind of
I haven't.
All right. What do you want to check for? What are you looking at? Because all of you,
I
each
also,
one of you are investigators in your own right. So don't forget that.
Can I also cast detect magic as a ritual?
Yeah, you may whop around on it for a while. Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm gonna do that.
Now Rona wants to look a little closer on this blood smear on the floor.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check, please.
Yeah, right.
Ooh, well done.
Yay!
You can tell that you think you're distinctly making there was more than one attacker were likely present from what you're seeing here, because the drag marks, kind of the kind of way they appear through the drag marks, and from the look of it, the way the body is, you're thinking maybe the body was thrown where it was at, because the dragging was where you see it on the floor, but something happened. They were trying to move or do something and may have been interrupted, and left hastily. The way the tracks move and all that, and that body was just kind of lifted and thrown, because you don't see the track marks in the floor area the way the body, like you would normally see if it was dragged across the carpet area and all that.
Does the dragging begin on the table or from the floor?
From the
like
floor.
The drag mark?
It looks like it was going from the floor, going toward the door that way, and then it was just kind of flung back.
Okay. And what else? Was there anything else about the body that anybody else picked up on?
It's definitely not decaying, which you wouldn't be, nor, there's something. Romwell, thank you for the follow. We appreciate it.
So besides being dismembered and specially kept fresh for us to look at, can I see if there's anything else that's stands out on this body?
There is a large indenture in the head.
Is it like a slice or like
No,
blunt?
it's blunt. There was definitely, this is the way she died. She was clocked upside the head, and then several parts of her body are missing. What those are, please don't ask, because I'm not quite certain yet. We'll get to that later. It doesn't say, damn it. We giving KC a list of stuff he needs to put in the deal, or we just play around with it. But basically, you can tell parts of her body are missing. She took a clock to the head. And I'm assuming that each of y'all have revealed these clues to each other as you're indicating them, Okay,
Yeah.
And so you understand, and the druid basically said there's something's up with this blood. It's definitely kind of mud. That is not from this area, I can tell. Looked like there's possibly a couple of attackers, and they didn't.
Is the count still in here?
The count's outside. He did not step inside.
He's too
Yeah, I
silly
think
to
I'm
see
going to
this.
step outside for a moment as well, since
Okay.
I'm not feeling so good, and just take a look around outside.
And Jadad, you do not detect anything of magic in this area.
Not even on the body?
Not even on the body.
No, we'll check the bedroom and the little closet space.
You have found, there's everything else in the house is put in place, kept up, as it's still a little dusty because it's been several days now, it's definitely the husband and the kids weren't here because, they're still out of town.
When did this murder happen?
The murder happened, well, you were knowing with inside a week.
Okay. I am going to
4 days ago.
Wild shape.
4 days ago.
I'm gonna wild shape into a dog. Smell the mud that's here and start trying to track to where a trail might be.
Nice.
Okay.
Something tracked this mud in here, so if it's not the same kind of mud that's just around the house, I'm going to see if I can follow a trail.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut about 2.5 foot off my rope, tie a knot in the middle, and wag it in front of Ethan, and say, "Come on, let's play tug, boy."
Oh.
I lift my leg.
Skeeter, welcome to the rejects.
Play nice, boys. Play nice.
Gotta break him in.
You're breaking them in. That's right. Well, you begin to move outside while the dog, you head on out. We're back to, let me see, where is my, did I close that map like an idiot? No, I did. Ravens Barrow. All right. So let's bring you back to your outside for a moment, folks. And here we are.
And while I'm outside, I'm going to burn one of my spell slots to use my primeval awareness to just see if there's anything of interest in the area within, what are you going to say, a mile? Or technically there's forest around us, so would that extend to the full 6 miles from here?
Let me close this map. You have, for 1 minute per level of spell slot you expend, you can sense any of the following types of creatures within 1 mile. You are up to within 6 miles if you're in favored terrain. What is your favored terrain?
Forest.
So you're in the
So we're not actually in the forest yet.
Yeah. You're in the plain field, and to the southwest of you is definitely farmland. Would you please make me a perception check with advantage, please?
Who?
Erleman. He's doing the primeval awareness.
Okay.
Want him to make me.
Just a second.
Do it now.
All right. So,
Oh.
okay, that's okay.
Oh,
well,
man,
no,
forgot to
I
click
clicked
your button.
advantage. So what you did, so roll me a perception check again. Just throw that dice one more time. Okay, that's a little bit better. Now, next time when we click it, when we call for advantage, you would click the
Oh,
advantage.
yeah, I can just click it down here.
You click it down
underneath
there and then throw
yep,
the
got
dice,
it.
and it will throw both for you. But that is second roll is what we're looking for. You get the tingle somewhere off to the southwest. You feel undead are in the area.
I tell him to use the tree.
Use the tree.
Well, that's Erleman. Now, the dog, Skeeter, is you're moving off, sniffing around. The Count is sitting there, and when y'all come out, and he's holding it up, he's backing away. Then he's noticing that Erleman is doing his, you're concentrating, and he's looking at you, and then he sees wait, I thought there was a fifth of you. Where did the dog come from? Shoo off, dog. And he basically tries to shove some dirt at you.
No. The dog's mine.
Don't need a dog. We've got enough of the filthy beast around here. So,
He's our
what were you able to determine when you went in there? We need to know. This needs to be solved quickly.
We determined she was murdered.
Well, we know that.
My gosh.
You probably
Insolent.
shouldn't throw any parties in this house anytime soon until you get it redecorated.
Well, I'm not in charge of that. I just want to know what you think you discovered. I sent for y'all for a reason.
Tell me something. Do you know about what time of day this happened?
The town's what's his name? Blah, 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 where is he at? Hedicus basically
Hedicus.
tells you that unfortunately they didn't have a night watchman on until after the attack. So he doesn't believe he knows when. And then the Count steps in and he goes, "That's okay. He don't know everything." He tells you that one of the construction workers that I have working on my house in my new estate, which y'all should come to very soon. It is a beautiful place. I will show it to you. Found her understanding that it was very early in the morning. So this must have happened, sometime early morning, before the rise of the sun.
This guy seems very.
Okay. Yeah.
Kill the
Can I
count.
make,
Hey,
can I
you-
make an insight check? I'm not sure of this guy's motives.
You can roll me an insight check in the tower, please.
I
Like,
just
if you really want us to help you,
Yeah.
like, you need to.
Hedicus
you
is
need to-
listening to that, and you see him kind of. He gets a little. He's got a sideway glance to the count. The count seems, to be. You don't get any type. You get a strange vibe from him, but you believe what he's saying. The Hedicus goes, that is true. Theoday Swift River found her after Brescus. Like I said, not 4 days past. But that is all that most people know. There are a few that claim that they heard, that they didn't hear anything unusual. Maybe there were some dogs barking in the middle of the night one bit, but they quieted down fairly quickly.
So, by just some random chance, it wouldn't happen to have somebody, maybe practicing necromancy around town.
The Count holds up his, he holds up his handkerchief in front of his mouth and all that, looking, and that's preposterous. No one should do that in this area. And Hedicus, he gets this, dire look on his face, that this could be, if that is true, oh no, this can't be. There's no way we can fight that. We're simple people. It wasn't for the Count and his ways, of being able to protect this area, we would be in trouble from somebody like that. It was luckily that he sent for you anyway. And the Count goes, that is true, Hedicus, that is true. It was I that sent them. I shall handle this.
I'm gonna turn around and hide the fact that I'm casting detect thoughts on the Count.
Okay.
I will keep them distracted. Melroda will try to get their attention. Be like, okay, so maybe not someone casting necromancy, but is there someone that you would deem an odd fellow around here? She's asking
No.
dude.
No. The Count, everybody else has been here for some time. We are, a close-knit group. This is just, has been a shock to the town people. And, like I said, we didn't have a night watchman on that night, but that's all they do now. They have several that roam around the perimeters of the main buildings at night, making sure that everybody is safe. You casting thoughts on the deal. You get some flashes that the Count, he had a thing maybe for Ygritte. You detect slowly a lust of some sort, that there's some distress in his thoughts. He's at a loss for what's happened here. He's definitely ability of hiding something. There's some dark, parts in his thought process there, but you're you're not able to penetrate that deep. But he has definitely, you can detect some images of Ygritte in his mind. There is some type of conversation that you can see that takes place between the two of them. At what you can tell looks in the background is some type of building and bricks, mortar. There's tools. You're beginning to maybe surmise that it is.
There's a construction worker. I think.
He has his house. He told you that he has his house that he's constructing. So there was some type of conversation from there. And you see then him watching her, like she's something, you don't feel the conversation, remember it, but it ends